Hello everybody and welcome to Run Man Dan. Welcome back to the channel. This is training for a coastal marathon, week 12. Can you believe it? We are now 1 month away from the Beachy Head Marathon. Now unfortunately my plans were scuppered this week. I was supposed to be running with Stephen from Film My Run, but I had something I had to do straight after this run, which means I couldn't make the journey over there, but that's okay. So on the plan today is a 16 mile, around 25 kilometer long run. We're staying local after last week's jaunt on the Staunton Way, and this is almost it for long runs. Next week is the final big long run, the last 20 miler before we start tapering for the Beachy Head Marathon. And I can't believe we've got here, to be honest. Now we'll talk a bit more about tapering later in the video, but for now we'll go off to Wickham and Waltham Chase in a big loop back round to home. It's been raining a lot here, so it's going to be wet underfoot, so we'll see what the conditions are like on the trails. But for now I've got a little bit of section of road to run, the death trap, and then we'll talk after that about last week's training, which was another good week. So off we go. Okay, so about a third of the way through this long run today, around 8.3, 8.4 kilometres, and we're going okay. We're on the Meon Valley Trail now, so let's talk about last week's training, week 11 of the training plan. Now, as usual, Monday was the rest day. Tuesday we did that beautiful 29 kilometre run on the Staunton Way, around 18 miles. Wednesday we did a 1 hour recovery run. We got 9.3 kilometres from that. Thursday I did a hard interval session where I got 11.5 kilometres from that. Friday, as usual, was strength and conditioning. Saturday was a rest day, and Sunday we did a 1 hour base run where we got 9.4 kilometres for that. Total distance for the week was 59.2 kilometres and 704 metres of climbing. So another good week. The 80-20 split was 83-17, so we're getting closer again to that golden zone. It was a really good week actually last week. I think I'm getting through that period now of adjustment to the longer mileage, coming out the other end of it. And we've really got 2 big weeks left. We've got this week and we've got next week. And then weeks 14 and 15 and 16 will be tapering. And then of course on the Saturday of the week 16, we'll be running the Beachy Head Marathon. So we'll talk more about tapering on the way home, what it means and how you do it. But for now, I'm about to hit some nice trails, so let's see what they're looking like. Let's talk about tapering then, and rest in general. So tapering is that part of your training where you're allowing recovery to be the priority. So it's usually the last 3 weeks or so of a training block. You'll start to wind down the mileage to allow your body to recover more. So the idea is, I'll be doing my long run next week, the last long run, and then every long run after that will start going down in mileage until the big race. This allows you to recover more in between runs and on the whole, so that you are in the best condition possible for the race. It's a fine balancing act really between being fit and being recovered, because if you hit that sweet spot on the day, you'll perform really well. Now, it's different for everyone, as is most things with running. So some people might need a little bit longer to taper, some people might not need to taper at all if they're conditioned enough. We're taking it cautiously because this is my first marathon back in 18 months. So we're having a good 3-week taper. So at the very least, I won't be tired, or I shouldn't be tired when it comes to the marathon. The thought of running a marathon the week after running a 20 miler, I don't feel that at the moment. I used to do that, but right now, the absolute priority for this marathon is to get through it unscathed, so we know we can move forward from there. But rest isn't just important during tapering, it's important during the whole plan really. Don't think that you need to just go out and smash every run however many times a week without any rest. Rest days are so important. I mean, it is a fine balancing act all the time really, not just in tapering but even more so in tapering, because if you become too fatigued, your runs won't be as good quality and your fitness won't get as high as it could. All the stuff that my wife uses, she uses Training Peaks. She can get information about my fitness and my fatigue. At the moment my fatigue is higher than my fitness, but only by a little bit. 2 weeks ago the gap was bigger, the fatigue was much higher. So we're already getting to that point where the fitness is starting to overtake the fatigue. And then obviously in tapering, as we rest more, that fatigue should go down and the fitness should continue to go up, and there should be quite a large gap between fitness and fatigue. That's the plan anyway. So the idea really is, do not underestimate rest, because it is so important when you're training for a marathon or an ultra or even a half marathon. So we have about 6k to go. We'll get that done and then we can focus on the rest of the week before our final big week next week, and then as I said, on to tapering. Everyone loves tapering. Right, let's get this done. Okay, that's it, we are done. 25 kilometers in 2 hours 40 minutes. Just under 16 miles actually, about 15 and a half miles, but that's fine. And we did a total elevation of 290 meters, so not too bad for that run considering it's pretty local. But that's it, we're done for this week's long run. Thanks so much for watching. As I said, next week it's another 20-mile run. We'll be back up probably QE Country Park to get that last long run done before we taper. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.